There are moments in life when we hold on too tightly to our pain, our mistakes, our past. We think by holding on, we're protecting ourselves. But sometimes, holding on is what keeps us from healing. This is the story of a young woman named Alina, who learned that the secret to peace is not in remembering, it's in letting go. Once upon a time, in a quiet town near the mountains, there lived a young woman named Alina. From the outside, she seemed calm and composed, but deep inside, her heart was heavy. She carried memories she could not erase, a broken friendship, a failed dream, and words that had once cut her deeply. Every night as she lay in bed, her mind would replay those moments again and again. "What if I had done better?" she would whisper. "What if things had gone differently?" These questions haunted her like shadows that refused to fade. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into years. She smiled less, laughed less. The world around her began to lose its color. It was as if she was living, but not truly alive. One evening, while walking by the river that flowed near her home, Alina noticed an old man sitting on a wooden bench, feeding birds. His face was peaceful, almost glowing in the soft light of the sunset. She stopped for a moment and asked, "Sir, how can you look so calm? Don't you have memories that hurt you?" The old man looked at her gently and said, "My dear, peace doesn't come from forgetting the past. It comes from making peace with it." His words lingered in her heart long after she walked away. That night, she couldn't sleep. The old man's voice echoed in her mind, and for the first time, she realized how much her heart was burdened by everything she refused to release. The next morning, she decided to visit him again. The old man smiled when he saw her and said, "Ah, I knew you would return. You are carrying something heavy, aren't you?" Alina nodded softly. "I want to be free, but I don't know how." The old man stood up and said, "Come with me. I will show you." He led her to a small hill behind the river and handed her an empty sack. "Every stone you find here represents a painful memory. Pick one for each thing that still hurts you." Alina hesitated, but began collecting the stones. One for betrayal, one for failure, one for guilt, one for fear. When she was done, the bag was full and unbearably heavy. "Now," said the old man, "carry this bag and walk to the top of the hill." Alina tried, but the path was steep, and soon her shoulders began to ache. The weight of the stones pressed down on her back. After only a few steps, she stopped and said, "It's too heavy. I can't do it." The old man looked at her kindly and replied, "Then why don't you put some stones down?" Alina frowned. "But these stones represent my past. I chose them. They're part of me." The old man smiled softly. "Exactly. That's what most people believe. They think their pain defines them. But in truth, it only limits them. You can't climb higher if you keep carrying everything that once hurt you." Alina looked at the bag, then slowly reached in and pulled out one stone. She placed it on the ground and whispered, "This one, I forgive." She took a few more steps and dropped another. "This one, I accept." Step by step, stone by stone, she began to release her pain. The higher she climbed, the lighter she felt. By the time she reached the top, her bag was almost empty. The wind touched her face gently, and for the first time in years, she smiled. Not the polite smile she gave others, but a real one that came from peace within. The old man joined her at the top and pointed towards the valley below. "Do you see those stones?" he asked. "They're still there. You didn't erase them. You simply chose not to carry them anymore. That is what letting go truly means." Alina's eyes filled with tears. She finally understood. Peace doesn't come from changing the past, but from changing how you carry it. From that day onward, Alina was no longer the same person. She didn't try to forget her pain. She simply stopped feeding it. When old memories visited her, she no longer resisted them. Instead, she would smile and whisper, "Thank you for teaching me, but your time is over." Months passed, and her life slowly bloomed again. She began painting, meeting new people, and living each moment with gratitude. The weight that once controlled her had disappeared. One day she returned to the same river where it had all begun. The old man was gone, but his lesson remained forever alive in her heart. She closed her eyes and whispered to the wind, "Thank you." And in that silence she felt peace, pure and deep, like the calm after a long storm. She realized the old man hadn't just taught her to let go of her memories. He had taught her to let go of the version of herself that was trapped in them. Sometimes we think healing means holding on until things make sense. But true healing begins when we stop asking why and start saying thank you. Let go of what hurt you. Let go of what you cannot control. Let go of the people who left without explanation. Because life is too short to carry stones when your hands were made to hold flowers. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs peace today. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this one. Until next time, stay kind, stay strong, and stay free.